Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching I Allegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because $600, a $600 transfer could get your account shut down and have you flagged. Wow. There's a lot to cover in this. Hit the like button, subscribe, share this video. Today we have a sponsor, Noble Gold Investments, but let's get right into it. You know, there are new banking laws that have come into place, and that they're not just watching large deposits, they're watching everything. And this is being done through AI and different patterns. Now, the thing about this is that they are flagging accounts. You can read the stories below that are flagging accounts that do something as simple as a $600 transfer between accounts. And this is the type of thing that they want to prevent your illegal activity. Now you can sit there and say, Dan, I don't do any illegal activity, but the idea is the illusion. And the banks will not tell you what the reason is when they shut your account down. But this is brand new. All these new laws that have taken effect in 2026 are doing one thing. And accounts can be frozen without warning, even if you didn't do anything illegal. It's just what looks wrong right now. So with this video, I'm going to teach you guys what to do and what not to do when it comes to potential illegal behavior and illegal activity. So take it seriously, guys. You know, banks are using automated transaction monitoring for all of us, and it doesn't make a bit of difference how little money or how much money you have. You can sit there and go, damn, I've got just a few $1,000 in the bank. Well, if you do anything under the federal anti-money laundering laws and any AML laws, oversight ties back to agencies like the FinCEN company. Imagine you do your normal banking activity, and then all of a sudden they report you to the Financial Crimes Unit. AI models now are looking for pattern deviations, network connections, transaction velocity, and risk scoring. What they're doing with all of us is they're sitting there and looking for how Dan does his banking transactions, how he gets paid, money that comes in, money that goes out. And they're trying to make it, if there's anything that doesn't make any sense, flagging the account. Now, we talked about this before because it was originally $10,000 was the magic number, but banks are doing this. This is not a new $600 law. It's an enhanced pattern of protection that's automated, that doesn't have a human being tied to it, which is the worst part of it. Now, what happens if your card gets flagged or your account gets flagged? All your transactions stop working. You can no longer use your debit card. You can't use any credit cards tied to the account. If you have any outstanding bill pays that you've got set up, those won't go through. That's going to be completely shut down and everything will be frozen. Now, here's the worst part. Paycheck on Friday, it's due. Oh, yeah, I get paid on Friday a couple days early because of how the month ends. Nope, you're not going to get that. So it's going to freeze everything. When you contact the bank, we're not really sure why this happened. This is the worst part. So you have to make sure that you don't do anything that's going to offset this. Now, one thing that is a red flag in all these stories that I do all the time is you may open up your banking app in one device, like your iPad, and then go, oh gosh, I have better app on the phone, so I'll switch to the phone while you're mid-transaction. That right there could show multiple devices using the same transaction, and they could freeze you for that. So many of us have done that. So many of us have changed phones, or, hey, honey, look this up while you're doing it. Do one transaction at a time. So Zelle payments won't go through, outstanding bank payments, uh, payments that you have set up on a regular basis, those won't get paid either. Why they won't explain? They will not explain things like this. What triggered the alert? Whether the shutdown is final or not, they won't tell you that. What's in the internal score that set this off, they won't tell you that either. So the banks have all these rules, and the bank branch is going to be useless to you. They're not going to be able to help you. So once again, I am telling you this. You have to have a relationship with your bank. And I don't care if you have $1,000 in your bank. You've got to go there and you've got to explain to them what's going on. Now, how can you prevent this? um, you need to tell them, hey, listen, I just sold a car. So I'm going to have $31,000 coming in this account. Even if it's paid by check, they can sit there and freeze that. Go and do this. Now, I'll tell you something. I called my credit cards a year ago at my birthday. My birthday's this week. A year ago at my birthday, and said, "Hey, I'm traveling. I just want to let you know I'm using this. You don't have to do this anymore, sir. You don't have to let us know, but I want it on record. What happened?" And I've told this story about 2 months ago, and that was I was driving to the boat to go on the cruise, and there was a charge for crate and barrel, for $500 or like 484 or something. I'm like, what is this? And asking my girlfriend at the time, hey, did you buy anything with crate and barrel? I don't know about. I would never do that. So sure enough, the card got compromised as I'm going to the boat. But I called, the credit card company, and they're like, "You told us you were traveling." "Yeah, I'm in Miami. I'm not in Seattle." "Oh, that's a concern. So you don't know anything about this? You weren't physically there?" "No." "Did it say I was physically there?" "Let's contact the retailer and get the cameras and stuff. Let's just freeze the payment right now." So they found it so suspicious, they froze the account that day. But again, this is the kind of stuff that's going to happen. But if I would not have called, it would have been a transaction that would have gone through. If I wouldn't have had the text messages set up on the account to text me, I would not have known that for about 10 days after that cruise. You know, what if the banks consider to be suspicious? Rapid movement of funds. Any movement of funds is quickly. In other words, you get a deposit for $5,000 and then you immediately withdraw $4,800. That's going to get their attention. Again, are you a drug dealer? Do you do anything, illegal? Are you a bookmaker? Do you do something in cash you're not reporting properly? No, I don't do any of that stuff, Dan. Okay, well, great. This is what they call layering behavior, where you sit there and you put money in and it goes out too quickly. That'll flag you right now. Structuring behavior, multiple deposits that don't equal 10 grand. I'm telling you guys, the banks are on to you. The banks, I've told you guys this, $5,000, $200. If you were in a border town right now with all the chaos that happened over the weekend in Mexico, wow, they're watching all this stuff. They're making sure that if you're doing $2,000 deposit here, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, they know what you're doing. And it's all record. And there's a little computer guy back there trying to figure out what you're doing. Even if it's accidental, they say it's intentional. So, a lot more to cover on this. Let's talk about our sponsor, Noble Gold Investments. The rules for money are changing right before our eyes. The banks that set these rules are doing one thing. They're preparing themselves by buying precious metals, gold heavily, silver heavily. Are you doing that? Are you doing the same thing? You should be getting yourself ready for what's about to happen. Because once there's a crash, once there's a collapse, once everything shuts down, the bank seizes everything, it's too late. You need to do what the customers of Noble Gold Investments have done, and that is prepare themselves. Call them today. Let them answer all your questions. 877-646-5347. If you don't want to call, use the link below and let them answer all your questions. Get a free investor guide on buying gold and silver. Get it today. Let them answer all your questions. But so much is happening in this economy, and it's happening very quickly. But one thing you need to do is contact a business that's been around for almost a decade, has thousands of customers, has done $2.5 billion in transactions. They're clearly doing something right. Let them answer all your questions. Contact them today. 877-646-5347. Do it now. Hey guys, just want to let everybody know that the winners are being sent out right now. Big Brad came over and helped me. We got gold, we got silver in here, we got $50 bills, we got $100 bills. There's no gift cards this time. We just did cash, gold, and silver. So can't wait to see everybody get theirs. We would love it if you would take a picture and send it in, or if you even want to take a video and send it to hello@iallegedly.com. We'll share it with everybody so you can show what you won. But again, they're going out in the mail today. Now, congratulations to all the winners. And when I said Big Brad is my buddy that he's the one his father went to Lone Star Steakhouse the night before they went bankrupt. The night before, the last customer in, and bought $500 worth of gift cards for clients and family members, and they went bankrupt the next morning. And he got nothing. And I reminded him of that. Reason why I only sent out cash, gold, and silver was that I didn't want to buy any gift cards that would be, oh, Dan bought me a gift card and it didn't work. This is through Synergy. That company went bankrupt recently, and all the gift cards at Target, or excuse me, at Costco, not Target, could have a potential problem. If you have one of those gift cards that was given to you as a gift, or you purchased them, take it back, and they have records of the sales, and they will give you a refund. So, congratulations to all the winners again. You know, sudden spike in activity. I love that. Your account is dormant for years, and all of a sudden you have activity in the account, and you put $8,000 in there. Well, that's going to bring attention to the account. The algorithm is going to flag the deviations. The algorithm is going to flag the deviations. If you try something new, hey, let's do a little crypto, honey. Come on. Okay. Let's do that online Antigua gambling site that you've always wanted to try. Let's go do that. Yeah. Goodbye. Frozen account. International recipients that you haven't had before. Now, again, I've done business with people from out of the country. I've had them pay me. And again, I practice what I preach. I went in and said, hey, is it weird for me to get a deposit from a biotech company in Australia? No, you're on a med tech company. No, I wouldn't think so. Just want to let you know it's coming. And newly created accounts. If you have a bunch of newly created accounts and all of a sudden you have the activity, you got problems. If you do round transfers, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 repeatedly, once or twice, within a set period of time, that they will not tell us. They're going to freeze your account. Income doesn't match the activity. Please understand this. Your bank knows basically how much money you make. And all of a sudden, if you get, cash deposits of $6,000, $2,000, $500, well, what are you doing? And again, if you're out selling stuff at the swap meet on the weekend, go tell the bank. Oh, by the way, I started a side hustle and I'm selling shoes at the marketplace. Oh, good for you. Yeah, so you're going to see some cash deposits here and there. You know what he's going to do? Flag and note the account, because the little computer AI algorithm will look at those notes and understand, okay, this is normal for Betsy to have cash coming in like this. All of a sudden, if you make $4,000 a month and all of a sudden you get a $25,000 check, like I talked about selling the car for $31,000, that's what they're concerned about. Things like that. Multiple accounts. Now, if you have multiple accounts at different banks and you're transferring money from this account to this account to this account, that's going to flag suspicion. It also looks at check kiting. It looks at, writing a check where you don't have the funds for it, and then you're staying a step ahead of it. Oh, but eventually I'll get my deposit. A lot of people have paid bills, I get paid on Monday, I'll just pay everything on Friday. We've all done that. Done that when I was dead broke. And you know what? Rarely does it catch up with you. Rarely. Okay? But when it does now, they know that you're doing this. All the systems, AI systems now monitor interbank transfers. So if you have multiple banks with the same account and you're, transferring it from here to here, they know that. Foreign IP logins, foreign transfers, foreign wires, even vacation logins could trigger an alert unless you call them. Now, you may get some girl on the phone saying, this is no big deal, sir. You don't need to do this anymore. But you know what you're going to do? You're going to feel better about doing it, just like me with that ridiculous Crate and Barrel store. This is happening now for a simple reason, and that is that you're getting more and more activity that are getting people worried, and that is these banks, and they're trying to protect themselves. They don't trust any of us, guys, and it doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're broke. It makes not a bit of difference right now, because they are trying to do this to make sure that they're not going to be hung out to dry. So what would they rather do? Shut your account down. Oh, I'm not a criminal, Dan. This is terrible that you would say this. No, the idea with this is you're going to have friends. You're going to have your wife do something that's going to get their attention. Think about this. If I was going to the ATM, I wouldn't be logged into my app at the same time. That may set it off. Think about that. You're logged into the banking app. Hey, how much money do I have? Okay, let me take it out. Boom. That could trigger it. Well, what's he trying to do? Is he trying to scam the system, take money from us? You don't want to know, you know? So, happening more and more and more. The real danger to all this is access. You want to be able to make sure you have access to your account. And the problem with this is that there's no time limit for them to set this off. We talked about the woman who sold a car and then put a $10,000 or got money from her aunt's inheritance for $10,000, and it was above and beyond, and she didn't get a receipt, so it created weeks of delays, and to where it was, grueling to get that money, and a constant reminder that her aunt had passed. And freezing your checking account is going to be a problem for a lot of people, and it's going to be something that people don't realize is going to happen more and more and more. People that live in border towns right now are getting flagged for as little as $200. People behind the scenes, we talked about this a few weeks ago, the $5,000 rule with taking $5,000 out of the bank. Now, I just took out a bunch of cash out of the bank because I gave it to you guys. $100 bills, 50s. This is how I want it structured because it's all going to everybody else. I showed the girl at the bank the flyer. Hey, here's the flyer. Isn't this cool? Look at them giving out. Oh, that's nice, Dan. That's really neat of you to do that. Okay. Why did I do that? So that they could sit there and let them know this, because I was doing and researching this story. I'm like, I don't want this headache. Nobody wants this headache. Don't do rapid fire large sums. Break deposits into smaller chunks to avoid flags is going to get you flagged. Use personal accounts for business activity. If you have to have a business checking account. Don't be a fool, because they're going to shut it off. People that had Chime and people that have all these, net spend and all these ridiculous little accounts, they're very helpful if that's all you can get at that time. But the problem with it is that right now what you're going to experience is hey, well, this looks like you're paying a vendor. Why is it so and so commercial that you're paying? If you're doing that stuff, that's what they're flagging right now. So, think about this. This is not to insult you. This is not about crime. This is about flagging the anomalies. It's all about automation. And with the automation, AI is going to detect the anomalies. It doesn't understand the nuance. It doesn't understand your personality. It doesn't care about your intentions. It really does. It's just, let's shut it off. You explain it to us later, Dan. Okay? Oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, please, look at all this stuff. The bank is not your friend. Make them your friend. Be kind to them. Know who they are. Know that I think they're all a den of thieves, and that they're there to rip us off and charge us too much interest and fees any way they can, and not to give you a loan when you really need it, but only when you're, flush. That's when they give you money. But if you know that and you live this way, you're going to be fine. So protect yourself. Okay? Now more than ever. Don't forget we have a private channel, I Allegedly Live, that is for all the uncensored content. Again, congratulations to all the winners. If you guys send me out a little video or a picture so we can show everybody that they got stuff, I would appreciate that. If you have any questions, email me hello@iallegedly.com. The links will be below. Follow this. Now, I don't care if you're on a fixed income. Oh gosh, my son gave me $5,000 to help pay bills. Boom, that could do it. Beware. Okay? hello@iallegedly.com is the email address again. Make good choices. Read this stuff. On all of my videos, I put all the news stories below. Good luck to you guys. I'll see you soon, and a lot of cool stuff's happening.